Yes, 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 guys. Welcome back to another episode of the Bootcast podcast. I am your host, Justin. I am here, as always, with my fellow co-host, Colby. Colby, man, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. Little tired. Took a trip to Austin this weekend, so that was a lot of fun. Got to see a lot of family.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Play a little footy while you were down there, or was it just like a family thing?
My brother and I kicked it around, and we looked through my mom's house because he swears that she has my Tiempo Legend Force there. I'm like, all right.
Oh yeah.
I was looking under couches. I was looking in closets. I was like, are you sure she didn't throw these away?
Mm-hmm.
And she doesn't know what the heck I'm talking about. I'm like, hey, have you seen a pair of cleats? She's like, I don't know. What is that? I'm just like, thanks, Mom.
They're going to be like in the attic, like in a random tote under like Christmas and sweaters.
Yeah.
That's what they're going to be. Just festering away.
My brother swore that they were in the garage. He was like, oh, they're right here. He like went to the garage and was like, nah, man, I'm sorry. I was like, that's all you got? Thanks.
It was like, he looked at one spot and he's like, that's the best I can do.
That's it.
I got nothing.
Little brothers, man. They're good for nothing. They're good for absolutely nothing.
That's okay. I am the little brother, so that's a very true statement. We are pretty much good for nothing.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. I did a guest co-host over on the Football Boot Hour over on Bootcast channel. That was fun. Yeah. We talked about speed boots, which is interesting because I'm not a speed boot person.
Yeah.
But it was a good time with Andrew. It was a lot of fun. So if you want to check that out and want to see my face even more, go check that out.
I'm almost through it. It was a good episode. Like you guys kind of got a little roll. Like when you got the speed boot part, I was like, this is good, man.
Yeah, it was fun. I tried to keep it under an hour, and like I feel like we are really good about like 45 minutes. But that podcast, I don't know what it is, but when you just start talking and you really start talking boots, like I looked at the clock at one point, I'm like, oh shit, it's like an hour 20. Like, sorry everybody.
Well, dude, what's wild is we keep the 45 minutes and we go on so many tangents during this podcast. I'm like, surely it's been an hour. It'll be like 30 minutes. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, we talk very fast, and Andrew was really good at like kind of reining me back in and like, okay, slow it down a little.
Stay on message. Stay on topic.
yeah, for sure. Besides that, let's see. We had a semifinal game. Last Tuesday?
Yeah.
Dude, for a team that whooped us the first time, I was really impressed with how we played this last week.
Yeah. No subs.
No, we had one.
We had one.
One sub. Yeah.
And they had like 8.
They had like a hockey team. They had like 3 full rotations.
That was a crazy rotation. Yeah. That was a good team.
For having no legs by the end of it, I thought we played great. I thought you did great.
You did great, man.
Thanks,
Scored a goal.
Let's go.
50 yards out.
It's one of those random, DM just shooting it. It's going in.
It's great.
It was pure luck. Thanks, bro. Okay, man. Let's get into this. We had some news come out, this morning? I sent you some leaks this morning.
You did. Hey, before we get into the news though. Do you want to do your little special?
Oh, yeah. Let's do our new thing.
Yeah.
Okay, Colby. So we've been doing iconic to us jerseys, as that's what I'm going to call it. So what is your jersey that you want to shout out?
Okay. I wish I remember. I'm going to put up what year this is, but we got the podcast rolling. I just got back from the grocery store. So
I cheated, guys.
I know I cheated, but Real Madrid in, I want to say it was like 2010, maybe 2011, had like this away. It might have been the third kit, purple jersey. Do you remember? You remember this one? Oh, it was cool.
Oh,
yes.
But I don't remember it being actual purple. I remember that jersey is like a dark blue black.
It was.
But I'm colorblind.
Oh yeah, it was purple because I used to play futsal at A&M, and some guy had the purple Real Madrid Mesut Ozil jersey. I was like, that is fire.
So that would have been, if I had to take a shot in the dark,
it's got to be around 2010.
I think that is 2010, 2011, either away or third.
Yeah. It looks like it could be a third kit. I'm sure. What's his name? Chris Rico. He'll know.
Yeah.
Chris Rico, let me know.
No, that's a good one. That's out of left field shout. The one I have actually is super out of left field for me too. But it was the Euro 2020, / 2021, Scotland home jersey. I just like that one. It's like it was like dark blue on dark blue with darker blue stripes, and they were kind of like distorted. And I don't know why I like that jersey. It's got just like a white cuff and a red cuff, but I just always like that jersey.
That is nice.
Especially for Scotland, it's something different.
Something about stripes, like when they work well, and then you know what the sleeves remind me of is kind of like those Arsenal kits, where they'll have like the white and navy on the kit on the ends. It looks so good, so good.
Yeah, so that's my random shout out is the Scotland kit.
Yeah, so a theme. Well, I guess your Manchester United pick from last week was Nike, but I was gonna say like, these kits, I think we're gonna like it's gonna be like 80-20, like Adidas Nike. I have a feeling.
Well, I tend to say that Adidas in the kit world, I think, has done better.
Yeah.
Overall.
Agree.
Nike's all about the tech. I feel like the tech of the kit.
Nike is all about
the looks of it.
None of the jerseys fitting regular fans.
Yeah, no. I always get the replica version because I'm fat. I have a dad bod and player version.
While we're on the topic, when we beat you guys in the preseason game the other day, they were wearing their new away black kits. Liverpool was.
Yeah.
Yeah, those look pretty sick.
Those are cool.
Nike's fooled me so many. I've returned a few Nike jerseys already because I'll get the replica version like you do. I've gotten the player version. I've got the replica version. But if you go L, you're here with the sleeves. They'll like keep your arms to your chest because you can't do that. And then the replicas are like huge.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I feel like the replicas are almost like a standard tee. You know what I mean? It's like a basic ass t-shirt fit.
Right.
Nike.
Yeah.
But yeah, I will say, have you seen the leaks of their third kit for this season?
The swoosh going down?
I would say, did you notice the Luna swoosh? The up and down thing?
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
I made a video on that a while back. I saw that and I was like, that looks stupid. Yeah.
Sorry,
when I used to make videos for my channel.
You just make so much banger content that I can't
so good
sift through all of it. It's
once a year, twice a year.
All right, let's get into this, man. Let's talk some boots. That's what the people are here for. So
that is what they're here for.
Lead us off, Colby. What do you want to start with today?
All right, my friend. Let's see what the topic list is today. I believe you and Andrew talked about this, but I have not put my 2 cents in. Adidas released the Re-Emergence pack, inspired by the Battle Pack, but it's like pinks and blues and vomit.
Yeah. What's your take?
My take is I don't think they look good. I don't think they'll sell. I think they're gonna end up just staying on store shelves. Even the Preds, dude. They're just none of them look good. Because even sometimes every now and then, like some people will try like a wild pack, and one of the silos will look good, and all of these look bad to me.
That's fair. If you want to see my take, you need to go check out the Football Boot Hour over on the Boot Wizards. Shameless plug. Go see my face. But I will say, not my favorite. I think that this is this the first real dud of the new Preds?
I'm gonna say it's the first real dud because the Generation Pred wasn't in its own pack. That was something kind of separate.
Well, it also didn't have a tongue.
Yeah, it didn't have a tongue, and this is just bad. I don't know who they're going for here.
Yes.
I don't. It's just none of them. Like
it's too Barbie pink for me.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a little too out there and blue. Me and blue, we don't go together.
Yeah.
But I agree with you. Like when I look at that pack, I'm like, who is this for? Who is this for?
It's to check a box to say like, hey, we used blues, we used pinks, and now we can kind of go back to well, here's the weird thing about Adidas is it's like, they're gonna give us a lot of colors at the beginning of the year. And then we get like the traditional like day spark, dark spark, like the more normalized, and it's like bam, pink, blue, and then like throw up Copa like blue, black, pink. All I'm gonna say about these is that I don't think they'll sell. They'll probably be kind of like the some of the Nike packs where you'll go back like 3 months and you'll find them for a good deal.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I think the curious thing to me is it's called Re-Emergence, right? So the F50, even though I don't really care for it, it makes sense because it's a callback to the direct 2014 F50 besides like the sole plate switching colors, right?
Yeah.
So I get that one. And if they were going to use the battle pack pattern for the Pred and the Copa, okay, cool. Don't like it. But why didn't they just use a colorway from when those boots had that?
Yes. Why didn't they just use the battle pack, like the black, white, orange? Like,
yeah,
just,
they could have done that.
That would have. I think that would have sold hard.
Yeah, because like that battle pack colorway was because the what was the Predator at the time? The Instinct. You remember it used that same kind of colorway. It was that same pack, but it was like blue, and then it faded into the black, and it had like the pink studs. It's on that same pack.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, if they would have done something like that, I could have maybe understood. But yeah, like it's a white base with pink diamonds or crystal pattern, and then blue accents. And then the Copa is black with pink to blue accents. It's just very, again, who is this for?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, at least, like, to their credit, they kind of buried it really deep within the year. So, like, if you wanted some F50s, you already got some F50s. You probably got the advancement pack because that was the most widely available. I'm sure you've gotten one of the many Pred colorways now, and nobody buys the Copa Pure 2s. So, really, it's, like, you know, like I'm always saying, like, companies, they're going to check their boxes. This is just one of the boxes they had to check. Like, hey, tried these colors out. We know, maybe they know it's not going to sell. So, who knows, man?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just one of those ones where, you know, we get like and I know we're about to talk about it, but like the one-off just Predator colorway, right? Like the Generation Pred, or what's this new one called? Player pack.
The player pack.
Okay, cool. So that's just made for the Pred. That's the only colors. Okay, why not just do that for the F50? Why not just have the pink and blue F50? And you don't have to do anything Pred or Copa wise. Just do that color for the F50, and that's the only boot in that release.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool. I think we talked about how do we always need to have packs? I don't necessarily think so. I do think it's cool when everything goes together for like a tournament or something, and then it's like, oh wow, that's so cool. Everything's sort of related, but it's like especially for boots that don't sell as well. Like for Puma, is it really worth your time to put a pack out for a king every single time you release it? Because surely you're not selling as many kings as you are futures.
Yeah, for sure.
So
yeah, I'm with you on that. Well, okay, on the note of the player pack, man, they finally have released on some random websites with no promotion basically at all.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, and I honestly didn't mind this. Like, anytime you put white and gold, regardless of whether it's got, like, you know, leopard print or whatever the heck that print is, I don't mind it. If it had come out earlier in the year, I think I would have probably, you know, thought about it. But what's weird is, like, on the Addy site, they call it the Predator Elite Generation Pred, so they almost, like, used the same name, which is weird. Yeah, but we know it as the player pack because that's what they were referring to on Footy headlines. But yeah, I mean, I don't hate these boots, honestly. Like with with the pattern. But yeah, it's almost like a weird stealth release.
But there's no laceless on this one.
Yeah, there's no laceless. Is there an FT model to this?
Nope, it's just the regular Elite. So the first gen Pred had the laceless with it. And again, I still hypothesize that both of these have been Pogba boots that that Adidas have just kind of changed the name last minute. But these weird stealth ninja releases are becoming kind of more and more common with Adidas, it feels like. Like it happened with our 99 leathers. Well, I mean, I feel like the teaser Pred Elite, the all orange one.
Yeah.
I feel like that one kind of was just put into the wild, and then everybody's like, "Hey, this boot's actually really good." But you know, everybody knew about the 30, the Pred 30.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know what Adidas is really doing with this right now. Like that's where I'm confused.
I think they just get their time. Like it's just where do you put it? You know what I mean? Like they released the Generation Pred. They probably should have released those two together, if I'm being honest, because what keeps happening is it's almost like these companies need to get out all of these things in the proper timeline, and it's like things keep cannibalizing each other.
Yeah.
Like it's like when they finished Nike finished the season. I can't even remember. It was like the bone colorways, and then it was the rising gem, and then like that had a week, like maybe a week, and then it was the pink boots, and now the pink boots have been cannibalized because the Euros are over, and now we've got the whatever season start pack where all the boots are blue, and then in the middle of that, or maybe even before that, you have the Safari electric pack. So it's like everything's kind of, if you don't get it out when you're supposed to get it out, or you don't have like the proper channels or whatever, it's going to fall under, the whatever of everything else. So that's probably how these kind of ended up weirdly here in August.
Yeah. Well, and I'm sure too, like, we talk about, I'm sure these brands, they're not dumb, but they plan everything like, probably 2-3 years ahead. Mm-hmm. So they're like, okay, we're going to have a regular pack. And then they're like, oh, the Olympics, we got to have a special pack for the Olympics. And it's like, oh, we got the Euro. So I get why it kind of ebbs and flows very quickly. But yeah, like, again, they're just putting out so much product. And in a way, it's good because you're like, oh, man, I really wanted like the, let's say you wanted the Blueprint Superflies or Vapors, right? And you missed out. Okay, well, now you can get the blue ones, or you can get the blackout ones if you really, if you don't like that, or there's the Safari one. So it's like you kind of have options, but again, I think it's your prime example of this, but paralysis by analysis.
Yeah,
because if you like more than one, you're like, oh, I don't know which one I want, and then by that point, they're all gone.
They're all gone. Well, I think Nike's actually learning, and this is actually a topic I had, and we can get into it now. But speaking of the electric pack, because you and I had the electric pack was the Safari pack that they kind of shoehorned in between, for the timeline of the Olympics, in between the pink Euros and the Blueprint pack for the start of the season. So if you go and look on Nike, the Mercs are gone in all of the most common sizes. The Tiempos are gone. The most common sizes have gone to a few other sites. Mm-hmm. And the only ones that are really available, and they're in low quantity, is the GX2, which I thought was probably the ugliest pair of the Safari. So I'm wondering if Nike's kind of wising up to the fact that they don't want to leave boots on shelves anymore, or they don't want to sell Tiempos for like $150. So they were widely available, but they're still probably more limited than a regular.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that the last Olympic pack was that what was it called? That Audacious pack. Do you remember that one?
Yes, dude, those were good boots.
Yeah,
those are cool.
I think I actually sold my Audacious GTs, but again,
those
that was
GTs were nice.
Thanks, bro. They were super comfy. But again, that was a pack that came out with the Olympics. They weren't super limited, but you had to be on it because they sold out pretty quickly. And I noticed that, especially on Nike.com, the Tiempo is the one that sold out the fastest, which is weird because I don't like the Tiempo that much. You don't like most of our friends don't really care for the Tiempo that much. So again, is it this is one of those classic, like, are people buying these to actually wear, or is this going to be like a collector's pack?
I could see it being a collector's pack, and I think the one, the Tiempo sold out pretty fast, and that's because it had the best sole plate, in my opinion. It was like the cool, like if you were showing sole plates and you showed that F50 sole plate they used for the Olympics, like you'll pick up the Tiempo because that one was pretty cool. So I think that's why that one sold pretty quick. But a lot of people picked up the Merc. Like I saw, I think James had it, True Jesus had it. So a few people want like that. I think it's just because of that classic style origin of it being Ronaldo's boot.
Yeah, for sure. Which we've talked about. But again, that was one that I think that and I told you this before too, but I think that the reason the Tiempos looked the best too is because it had that big chunk of volt,
right,
like on the sole plate, which the Merc had and the GTs or GXs had.
Yeah, Olympic packs have hit pretty good. I forgot about that Audacious pack. That was 2021. So that might have been like the second or third colorway of the Tiempo Legend 9, and that one was sick, dude. That it had like the little the squiggle swoosh. Yes, and the GT2 looked fire too. Was it GT1 or 2? Whatever one. It looked so fire, dude.
Yeah, that's when the GT2 came out. Yeah, that and it was cool because like they had like the squiggle swoosh, but it didn't have an outline at least
Right.
on the GT2. So it was just like that. Those squiggle lines made the perfect Nike swoosh, and I was like, "That's a really cool
It
little."
was so
You know,
cool.
like
yeah.
you didn't have to go that far, but you did. And
They
then
did.
I don't remember what the Merc looked like.
Yeah, the Merc was I think it was a Vapor 14. It was like I can't remember if it was cool too. It was like that's those same colors, and then I think it had like some like it was like a crimson pinkish. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a fire pack. Like looking back, I'm like I wish I had gotten one of those boots.
Yeah, I had those. Oh yeah, the Merc was a cool one too. That's yeah okay. I did like that GT2, but I sold them and went to a better home.
Yeah.
Gone but never forgot.
Yeah.
Okay. And then what else do we have to talk? Oh, I know what I want to talk. Our friend, I think it was Paredes today, sent us a nice little leak that's on its way. And that is for our boy, Mr. Jude Bellingham. Getting his own
Judy.
signature colorway.
Yeah, his signature colorway that looks like it's going to not be limited. It's going to be kind of like what we've discussed on the podcast in the past, like kind of like that David Beckham silhouette, a kind of
the logo,
like CR7. Yeah. But dude, I think it's kind of lazy. Like I think you got the B on there, but dude, it's basically the Dark Spark pack, bro. It's the Dark Spark, little B.
It is a very clean colorway, so we will put that out there. But yes, super fucking lazy.
Yeah, I don't know if this will sell. Like, and I feel bad saying that.
It'll sell.
You think it'll sell just because of the B?
Yeah, because it's Jude. 100% it will sell because his logo's on it.
Yeah.
100%.
Let me ask you this: if they're like, Justin, we're gonna make you a signature colorway.
Ooh.
What colors do you want on your signature colorway?
Ooh.
Or what's the last color you'd want as a base?
I usually tend to like white boots.
Okay, same.
See, so I'd probably go like white. I'm not really a gold guy. See, this is where we get hard because it's like, oh, I like white and silver because that's like super classy, but it's like that's boring.
Yeah, so to me, like the point I'm getting at here is like the base is a black base,
yes,
and it's gold, and it's like as a signature colorway, it's kind of boring to me. Like,
it's very boring.
I just like that's if Adidas came to me, I'd be like, oh, is your signature colorway? Which I wouldn't pick those colors.
I want to know. It'll be fun to hear the story that they concoct for it, but why did they just release this Jude Bellingham lifestyle brand? Shit, and it was red, white, and blue.
Yeah.
Which goes with the advancement, so I'm like, okay, that I kind of see that a little bit better. But yeah, now granted, these are leaks. He could have more coming up. We don't know why, but yeah, it's super weird that it's a pretty much. It reminds me of the, what boot came to mind? The Copa Sense release colorway.
Yeah,
where it was like all black with that really shiny gold sole plate. That's what these look like.
I just don't like. Okay, think about all of like, and I say the kids. Think about all the kids color. Like think about like Jadon Sancho's colorway and Marcus, and they're not even like to the tier that Bellingham is in terms of popularity. But like Sancho, Rashford, Sterling, Saka, like freaking Tim Weah. Like I feel like all of their that's so cool, that's so unique. And then when they put these Jude, who is held up here as a player, you're like, that's okay.
Okay, but here's the rebuttal I have for you, and you got to think about it like this. Okay, so me and you, we're old, right? So we're used to white boots, we're used to black boots. So when we see something flashy, that's what catches our eyes, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So kids nowadays are the antithesis of that. They see bright colors all the time. So to them, if they see just pretty much black boot, it always catches their attention.
Weird.
Or a white boot. Yeah, because it sticks. That's what sticks out.
Oh.
Like, if you look at a sea of color and you see a solid black speck, your eyes are like, what the hell is that?
Dang, man.
See?
You should be a psychologist, bro. You cut hair?
Dude, yeah, no. I'm offering this for free.
That's legit.
That's kind of where I'm at with it. You know what I mean? Like, if you see bright blues, pinks, even whites, greens, and then you see one person pretty much on the field wearing black boots, You're like, what the hell? And then with the gold, obviously, you're like, wow.
Yeah.
But that's kind of what I think. It's like it's subtly flashy.
Right. No, I got you. That's a great point, actually. Yeah. We just don't. We have those old people eyes where it's like, oh, shiny.
We're the breed that's dying off, and that's
slowly, man, slowly, one hamstring at a time,
just withering away,
taking us down. All right, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, okay, it's a Predator. It's Jude Bellingham. So yeah, I could see them selling, but it's not my cup of tea.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. There's other things that he's worn where I'm like, that should have been a Jude colorway.
Yeah,
that'd have been cool.
That Golden Boy boot, where it's like kind of light
the rose
pink.
Gold one. Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. That was really cool.
Or the Rotero.
Rotero.
Jude is the only one who wore the Rotero.
Yes.
I think.
Yeah, you put like his logo on there, make it special, make it that like what is it called? Fusion skin. Yeah, just for him.
Ooh.
That would be like they did that for Messi. They did that for Messi with his F50.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. Speaking of F50, man, here's a quick tangent. I played in my F50s.
Oh yeah.
2 hours yesterday.
Let's go.
Had a great game. Great game. Lockdown's phenomenal. It's almost too good because like I felt so much like pressure right here on my heel.
Yeah.
And I have a horrible blister. You know when you're playing, you're like an hour in, and you know the guys. I think we played until 8:30, and it was like maybe like 7:15, 7:30, and I was like, I'm screwed. Like my heel hurts so bad. So I knew it was coming.
Did you draw blood?
No, I didn't draw blood, but
okay, that's good.
I ripped a really bad blister.
Nice.
I like them. I like them a lot. I kind of wish, like, I have the Messies for indoor, and I really, really like those, but the touch on these, like, it's just that, like, synthetic style where when it comes off your foot, it's just so clean. It's such a clean, responsive touch. Like, you can just put it down exactly where you want it. When you take a shot, it's really firm.
Oh, yeah. So, old school synthetics.
Old school, man. I like this.
Very good. I'm glad that you're enjoying your purchase, man. That's super. I know in, like, 3 weeks, you'll be like, man, I don't love them.
Bro,
I gotta get something else.
Freaking couldn't score a goal. They suck. Cleats suck. All right. Enough about me. Speaking of people who have ties, I don't know how to segue this. Ronaldo.
That was horrible.
Ronaldo.
It was absolutely
Cristiano. We finally got him in the right boots, man. Almost.
Maybe. We got him in the right silo. We'll say that.
We got him in the right silo. He's in the area. He's in a pair of Mercs. It's the Vapors, not the Superfly. But it's gonna save him some time on pulling the scissors out and cutting that knit.
For sure. I don't know. I mean, our friend Sub over at Substance Football on YouTube and Instagram, he said that he thinks it's because, I think it was him that said, like, oh, Mbappe's kind of the face of the Superfly now, and there's nobody really to be the face of the Mercurial, so it's kind of like, oh, just transition him back, and then, you know, eventually it'll wind down. But, I mean, according to what everyone says, there's literally no difference besides 2-3 inches of fabric. So.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I don't.
It's just one of those, like, not to sound rude, but it's just like, who cares? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, Superfly or Vapor, like, it's the same thing.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's just like some people kind of like a little bit of wrap around their ankle. Some people don't. I personally don't. I like a low cut model. I like to have more free ankle. So I guess is this a step in the direction of Nike and Ronaldo sort of, you know, shaking hands and saying, let's get back on track?
Maybe it's just one of those like, hey man, you're riding off into the sunset and we know it and you know it. So just like, just do whatever you want. You want to wear something else for a little bit? Like, go ahead. Who cares?
Yeah,
enjoy your time.
He was trying to remember who commented on this, and I'll post your name up here. But somebody was talking about how they had seen him training before this in GX2s.
Yes, he had the pink ones on.
Yeah, and we're talking about like how significant is that? I don't know. I mean, we ended up here, so that's good. I feel like he's, maybe he's doing it a little bit for himself at the end of his career, trying other things, maybe he's doing it for attention. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, no, I mean, because when he had the Superfly 4, he pretty much had a custom collar that was Vapor-esque. I think the Superfly 5, he actually had a tall collar. But then after that, he kind of, they've just brought the collar down lower and lower. So it's just like, maybe he's
the
like,
natural,
who cares?
Natural evolution.
Give me whatever you got. I don't care.
Yeah, pull it out of the box, whatever, dude. I don't care.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Hey, this is just a real quick thought I had. So I'm watching, all these like boot spottings and players and their boots, and I know Andrew and James on the Football Boot Hour, go watch that, especially the one that Justin's on, have talked about the change in the heel, right? So the first two,
on the Mercurial.
Yeah, what'd I say?
You just said
on the heel.
I'm sorry. I should have put two and two together.
Mercurial, yeah. Mercurial of the initial prototype and then the blackout pack. Both have the wider heel. They kind of cinched it down for the electric pack and for the blueprint pack. So I've seen guys like Mbappe, obviously, and then Lewandowski, Sancho. They all have that prototype. So are their heels all duds? Are they all custom to them? Like, why would they still be training in those if the better, more, I guess, like lockdown heel is in the newer models?
Well, so two points. Number one, they'll have custom lasts, so all their boots are always going to fit their feet exactly how they want them to. But you also have to remember, and it's just because of how the way you just worded that you said the better heel, but for some people, the blueprint heel is actually the better one. Like the prototype heel is the better one compared to the newer one. So I think it might just be like, hey, I like this one better, or hey, I like this colorway. I'm not really sure. We'll never really know. But yeah, for them, maybe they just like how they look because they're all custom fitted.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I really like the color. Like, I don't know what it is about the prototype colorway, but that one still looks the best to me. I know that I know the sizing, or not the sizing, the heel is a little bit weird, and I know there's a lot of like, I don't know if they fixed the extra volume in the actual like not the forefoot, but like the midfoot of the boot. Because I know
James
some people
said that they did. He said he felt like it was less materially overall.
Right, because that was the biggest complaint. Even Halt's boots said that there was some like dead space whenever he was trying out the prototype. So it'll be interesting to try them myself at some point.
For sure. And also interesting because we've talked about it, and I told you how I felt, but that I told you that the GX2 had a lot of dead space in its grip knit, and now they have a grip knit Mercurial, and people are complaining about dead space. So there's something about this material they're somehow either using more, or somehow with the way it's constructed that it just leaves a lot of room and like kind of want to be desire.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so what's your opinion? So let's talk about this real quick while we're just on the topic. So with the new Vapor, it's very much like going towards more of a kind of comfort sock-like style, right? Like it's more kind of expands to the shape of your foot, less of a predetermined shape of like a more rigid, responsive. I'm torn because like I'm really enjoying something like this, where it's not uncomfortable, but it is definitely more of a like speedy type synthetic. It's going to be pingy. I don't know what I want, because it's like, do you want comfort or do you want to feel like your performance is going to be the best it could possibly be? Like, if you had to pick between something like the upper of a Vapor or something like the upper of an F50, what direction would you go in?
Ooh. That's hard. I might go Nike just because I tend to like the knit synthetics over the plasticky synthetics like the F50 has. And again, with my experience with the F50 is the Plus, which is a little bit different. But I tend to not like that feeling of a boot on my foot. So I think I would probably just lean towards Nike because whether it's you want to call it slightly padded, softer, whatever, I think I might go Nike in this instance.
Yeah. Well, let's say like because there's a lot of comfortable boots out there, right? Like there's the Tequila. I've heard that the GX2, the new Vapor is a bit more comfortable, but when I was playing yesterday and I was having such a good game and like my feet hurt. I mean, my feet hurt. Like my heel hurt. My toes were, they're still expanding within the boot, but I was playing so well. I was like, would I prefer to kind of hurt a little bit but feel good from how I'm playing, or would I rather be comfortable and suck a little bit more? So just thought I'd ask.
I like how comfort equals suck to you.
It's not suck.
You couldn't just be comfortable and then also play well. Like you're like either I'm gonna ball out and be like my feet are bleeding, or I'm gonna be comfortable but I'm gonna be like ass.
I'm really comfortable in our indoor games. When I'm using the messy turfs, I'm real comfortable. But sometimes I'm, sometimes I'm good, and sometimes I shit.
maybe that's your the light bulb that's going off that you need to go buy the messy outdoors. No. Okay. Well, never mind.
I'm too deep. I'm too deep in the game, man. We gotta. That's in the past now. We've got to move forward. Right.
Okay. That's true.
Right. I've got a lot of things.
There's a lot of stuff on the horizon. Yeah. Yeah. I think out of those two, I'm gonna go Vapor.
Okay. Good choice.
Yeah.
I think because I haven't tried them.
Okay. So a brand that we need to talk about that we normally crap on, but lately we've given them their flowers, is old Puma.
Old Puma.
They just dropped a new pack. I don't know what the heck it's called.
Volume Up. It's called the Volume Up pack.
Volume Up pack. Colby, I want to hear your thoughts because me and you have not talked about it at all. So what are you thinking about this Volume Up pack? Like, give me your first impressions.
I think they're gorgeous. I really do. Like, I think they really nailed this one. They kind of nailed like the overall like color scheme. They all look like, this is kind of what we've talked about of there's the copy paste version where every single boot is like pink or blue, and then there's kind of like there's a color scheme here, and it's kind of it's in the same realm, but it's like really unique amongst the silos, and I think that they did a good job here.
Yeah, this one reminds me of the in its own way, and I don't mean like they ripped them off, but that was it the Blast Pack from Nike that used kind of similar-ish colors, like very pinks and blues.
Oh yeah,
but this has like a very 80s vibe to me in a way, and I love it. Like very California 80s, like jazzercise / like what's that beach where everybody works out in the sand or whatever the heck it's called? You know what I'm talking about?
Venice Beach.
Yeah. Like, this has that vibe to me, and I love these. I love all three of them.
Yeah, they look really cool. What's funny about Puma is like they'll have you questioning them. Like, what was their Euro pack was like these like yellow and like peach like orangish, and it's like, haven't you guys done this like 8 times already? And then they'll surprise you. They just did that women's pack and now this pack, and it's like, are there like 2 different teams working on colorways at Puma, and there's a good team and like a kind of a bad team?
Yeah, they're definitely this is what me and Andrew were talking about. Puma is that brand lately that just is like, like when you see certain batters, they just swing as hard as they can every single pitch. Like, it doesn't matter. They're gonna like swing. Yeah. And sometimes they'll get a home run, and sometimes they just totally bust out and strike out. That's where I'm at with Puma right now.
Yeah.
Like when they kill it and they swing hard, they crush it.
Yeah.
But sometimes they swing and you get a dud, and you get like that Euro pack.
Yeah. They're so weird because it's like, I just sometimes wonder, where are they getting all this money from? Like, I have to wonder, because they bought out so many people from Nike. Like, this was maybe 2 years ago when they got Neymar, maybe even more than that, Neymar, and then they got Grealish, and then they stole all, not stole, but they got a lot of guys from Nike. And then they put out all these packs, and then they do, stuff with Unisport where they do like the running out of ink pack and then the astronaut boots, and it's like, shouldn't you guys, like, are y'all doing okay on your finances? Like, are you really selling enough boots to like recoup all this money?
Yeah, they put out a lot, like a lot.
Yeah,
So maybe their boots are just cheaper to make, so they can afford to. I don't know. I don't know what their profit margins are, but I have to give them their flowers. I have to give them a good old golf clap. They crushed it, and I think out of the packs that are out right now, I think they might be the best. What does Adidas have right now? The advancement pack still?
Right now, Adidas. Well, I try to remember what was before the Olympic pack was really good. That was the one before the Re-Emergence pack.
The Re-Emergence pack. We just talked about that. Okay.
Yeah.
So so you got the Re-Emergence pack. We're gonna use that as the main one. Is it Mad Ambition from Nike? The blue.
It's either
it's called
Mad Ambition or Blue. Yeah, Mad Ambition.
Okay, so Mad Ambition, Re-Emergence, and then this Volume Up. And then, they're going to throw New Balance. New Balances might be even better. The high vis one.
Yeah, those are cool.
Yeah, those are super good looking. But yeah, I mean, to say that Puma has better looking boots right now than, just based on the colorway,
right?
Than Nike and Adidas it sounds blasphemous, but it's very true.
Yeah, I think they really knocked it out of the park with this one. I hope that at the end of the year we see a change in the future. I think that's usually they'll get their teaser about like December, and then they'll put their new one out in January. I think usually I'll see like a Unisport video where like it's like I don't know what it is with these boot releases where because we can't say this is the best boot of 2024 because the Predator technically came out in 2023 or something like that, or the Future technically came out in December of the year before.
Yeah.
But yeah, December is usually when they'll release their teasers, and I hope that they do something really cool with this next Future.
Same. Yeah, I really hope that they really change it up because the Future is desperately in need of change.
It does. It really does.
Well, the only thing that doesn't need to change, Colby, is where the people can find you. Tell them below.
You guys can find me at Kicking It with Kolbs on Instagram and on YouTube,
where he occasionally posts
twice a year.
And you can find me at Texas Cleat Collector on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. And you can find both of us on Instagram at the Bootcast Pod.
Yeah.
And if you have time, please hit comment, please like, please subscribe. If you have any favorite jerseys that you want to shout out, let us know. If you have anything that you want us to talk about or any shout outs for a show, like a hot take, please let us know. And with that, my friends, we will say goodbye, and we'll see you next week.
See you guys.